Hi, everyone, and welcome to episode 75 of Like, Share, Follow. And this week, I have the amazing Chantal Barclay, who is a Design and Development Support Officer at the Royal Australian Mint. Welcome, Chantal.
Thanks, Karen.
Hi, and so normally I say it's been so long since I saw you at sea, but it really hasn't been. So you were in my social media management class at the last semester, so finishing up at the end of October, and on the Sunshine Coast, clearly, and then now you're in Canberra working at the Royal Australian Mint. So how did that all come
about? So that all came about, I've known probably for about close to 10 months that there was a pretty good potential for me to moving to Canberra. And then since I last saw you, I found out that I was moving. So then I was straight on to applying for roles, and I was pretty keen on getting into something in government. So from there, I had a couple interviews, and then I actually found out early January that I'd gotten this role. So then I just had to determine when I was going to start, and so that was determined. So then, I started it was the first or the second week of February, and then I moved down a few days beforehand. So it's pretty much been the journey, and still only just sort of finished moving.
Yeah, and so tell me, what your role involve?
So my role at the moment, because I'm still obviously in the early stages, it involves a lot of communicating with different internal and external stakeholders, processing different documents for product development. So I'm supporting all of the products that product development produce. And these are timelines that are a couple of years in advance, because that's how long you have to do these things out. And then I know that as the role progresses, as I get used to everything, I'll actually start producing my own products for the Mint shop. So that will be, I'll be talking to the managers there and finding out what the customers there are really wanting, and then I'll be pretty much producing it. So
Oh, that's super cool. I can't wait. You'll have to show me something that you produce when you get to that
stage. I'm really keen to see how it all goes, and produce my own product, and
and so tell me, what do you think set you apart from other graduates going for the role that you managed to achieve?
I definitely think so in this role, they really wanted someone who was comfortable communicating with lots of different people, and they wanted someone who was able to run a project essentially, or who knew how to assist in running a project. So I think what helped set me apart actually was my experience from a subject that I actually completed last year, where I was in, I think my official title in that, it was for a group project, and we had to put on our own event. I think I told you about it. It was for Peak Venture. Yes. And so my role in that officially was as marketing manager, but then it sort of ended up with in a hybrid project lead. I led with another team member as well. But I think how, just that experience from making this project happen, and and just what to how to work with the team, and how to pretty much just because nothing ever goes straight to plan, how to how to negotiate different people, and just I think that definitely helped. I think obviously, my written communication skills, I'm a little bit funny over live, obviously. But just my written communication skills. I think the award that I won actually in 2020 probably helped a little bit as well. They could see that I was able to plan out a project and was able to come up with contingencies if they didn't work out. And I knew the components that were needed in there.
Yeah. And so what was that award?
So the award was for the Social Media Marketing Institute for Best Student Social Media Campaign.
Yeah.
And I won that with Nikita. Yeah.
And again, and this is just another encouragement to current students to go for these things, because like in the future it actually helps you.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'll still mention it. It was a little while ago, but I'll still mention it. And it definitely, I think, yeah, I feel like that winning that award actually helped me talk at Reboot last
Yeah.
year. Yeah, it was last year. Yeah. So they actually asked me to speak in one of their like meeting nights. So that was really fun. So yeah, I feel like winning that award helped as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like it definitely helps to open doors and opens you to new experiences. So it sounds like,
Yeah.
yeah, there were lots of things. Like it's not like, it sounds like you were sort of almost building your case and your experience over time to lead up to the point where you are now, when you've graduated and you went,
Mm.
you didn't sort of leave it to the last minute. You were like putting yourself out there and trying things and gaining experience, while you were still studying.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Well, a big priority for me in my second year was either to get an internship or to find employment in the marketing or social media industry. Obviously, I was still doing full-time uni, so I was looking for something casual or part-time. But yeah, it was a really big priority for me because I knew it would make then trying to find a role after graduation a lot easier. And I also figured that, while I'm at university and learning these things, it would actually really help cement what I'm learning by putting it into practice.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know this is a later on question, but yeah, if I have any advice for future or current uni students, it's really try and get some experience while you're at uni.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so my question to you is, so what has been some really great career advice that you've been given that has actually helped you to achieve what you've needed to?
I would definitely say to not be afraid of asking questions. I think, I mean, it's definitely scary at times, especially when you don't know people that well, or yeah, you feel like you're bothering them or interrupting or that kind of thing. Um, but it's so important because everyone has to start somewhere, and there's no use in just sitting there and just thinking, oh, I don't know what to do, but I don't want to ask them. Like you just have to ask them and just find out, and you're just going to learn that much quicker and figure out also by doing that, you also figure out like what kind of learner you are, if you're a vocal or visual, or just by doing it. So yeah, definitely just my best career advice is just keep asking questions, find out how you can improve, ask the feedback, that kind of thing.
Yeah. Um, I mean, that's right. And it's self-reflection, isn't it? Like asking, working out
Mm,
what don't I know, and then finding the answers. So,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely.
And reflecting on your time at university, what has been some of the skills and knowledge that you learned there that's actually helped you when you've been out working, particularly in your current role?
Yeah, so if I'm reflecting on my current role, definitely teamwork. I know so many people hate group work, but I didn't mind it too bad. I usually had a good group, so that was great. But yeah, working even in a good group though, there is still negotiations you have to have and figuring out, okay, what standard are we okay with? Like, how much time are we prepared to put into this, that kind of thing. So yeah, teamwork was definitely a big one. Yeah, the written and verbal communication skills, again, presentations, hate them, but they are good practice. And also, yeah, obviously all the reports that you write, that kind of thing. It's um, it's hard because I like with university and all that, obviously you're not going to learn every single thing that you're going to need for your first role. And it's so broad what role you could end up in. So I know that, like if I was going for a strictly social media role, I definitely would have loved more emphasis on maybe graphic design because that seems to be the way the industry is heading. But for me, I feel like in my role, I was really well set up with the communication skills I needed and teamwork that I needed in order to do it.
Excellent. And what's something that you've needed in your current role that you wish you'd learned at university?
Probably Excel. It still scares me and I'm having to use it. Yeah, for this particular role, I would say Excel. Actually, Monday we use a lot. So I guess, yeah, learning Monday. It's really more just like little specific things, nothing major. But yeah, as I said before, like it just depends exactly what role you're going into. I've seen a lot of marketing coordinator roles or assistant roles where they specify that they want graphic design experience, and it's a little confusing for me because I'm like, if I don't know, I feel like the roles are blending. So I don't know. I'm not sure if that's something employers maybe need to think about, if like who they're actually asking to do these duties or how much experience they want. So yeah, it just really depends.
Yeah, it's true. And I find we talked about this a couple of weeks ago with Beck Griggs, where she was saying that sometimes it's almost a matter of interpreting job ads, because sometimes it's just this wish list of random things that it's like a unicorn who's going to who's going to have all of these skills. Like it's that person doesn't really exist. So yeah, but do you think because at uni we used a lot of different tools and softwares and things like that, do you think that helped you to be able to learn new things and not be so daunted by trying and learning new tools? Do you think that helped?
Oh, absolutely. Like I know that I think it was CMN 204 where we had a client and you had to create content for them.
Yes.
Was it? Yeah. So that was the first time, or very, very one of the first times that I ever used Canva. So yeah. And then when I started in my role at Sunshine Toyota, I used a lot of Canva, and I definitely would have felt a lot more scared using it if I'd never done it for a subject or that kind of thing. And I think like even if you don't end up using those particular softwares in your graduate role or as you go on, you still sort of figure out, okay, this is where the dashboard is, this is where I can find things. And yeah, it does make it a little less daunting.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, because we do throw a lot of tools at you, particularly the social media courses.
Yeah.
There's just so many.
Oh yeah, so many. Like you couldn't teach them all. Like it's crazy.
And so speaking of social media, because I know we were talking before, you don't use it a lot in your current role, but you're clearly still an enthusiast. So what's something that you've learned that's social media related in the last couple of weeks that you found really interesting?
I learned that Facebook is doing Reels now.
Yeah.
So I think that's really interesting because I feel like they've already set it up on Instagram, and they're trying to, compete with TikTok, obviously, and with the whole short form videos, but they've actually made it so that they're a minute long. I feel like that's so that they can put some monetization on there and try to maybe put some ads, but it will be interesting to sort of see how they go and if many people adopt it. I think it's probably going to be similar to how Instagram Reels was first. I don't know how people reacted to it at first, how like a lot of people weren't really sure about it and that kind of thing. And that's probably just going to take off in a few months, and everyone will be like, oh, if you're not doing Facebook Reels, you're not on Facebook or that kind of thing. Like,
because I know
it's going to be interesting to see.
Stories took a while for people to use stories on Facebook, but they tend to be using them a lot more now. And so I think like with Reels, like I think people like it's too much, and then they slowly start to explore, and then it becomes more sort of everyday.
Yeah, definitely.
So tell me, what is some career advice that you would offer to emerging professionals who are just graduating or still studying, of how to succeed in their field? So you've talked about gaining as much practical experience as you can while you're studying. What else would you tell them to do?
I would definitely, something I used to do was look at current job role openings just to see what employers were looking for skills in, or like what they wanted from their future employee. And even if I had no intention of applying for that role, I was just interested because I was like, okay, like this is the general theme that they're sort of wanting. So maybe if it was a marketing or social media assistant, then okay, they're really wanting, a lot of these are wanting graphic design skills. Okay, maybe I should think about doing like a LinkedIn learning course on graphic design, just the basics, or Canva. Yeah, like that. I really think, yeah, it's important to do your research and find out what employees are looking for, because it is going to change over time. Like I would probably say like 10 years ago, that job description looked a lot different than it does now, but for a similar title. So it just, yeah, you definitely need to do your research on me, because yeah, like it's just not, like it's nice to think that you're going to learn everything you're ever going to need to know at uni, but it's just not practical. I think, yeah, you need to do your research on ways you can improve, you know, some of the things you've already learned, but into more advanced skills, or things that, you know, are maybe more specialized to what you want to go into. Be open to doing courses, or yeah, finding other ways to learn about it. And just, yeah, just be open to different opportunities, really. Like you don't, you know, the first role out of uni likely won't be your last. You yeah, just need to be open to new opportunities and ways that you can broaden your skills.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and there are, I guess it's also paying attention, because I'm like, and I'm just saying this now because I send out so many opportunities. Like weekly, I've got, there's opportunities for internships, there's opportunities for paid work in the field, there's opportunities to do you know, free online courses. Like I'm constantly sending things out. So just pay attention and find out more, because it's really worth it, and that's where that will set you apart by taking advantage of those opportunities.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I think for any future employer, when they're looking at someone who's just come out of uni, like you're absolutely going to stand out amongst others if you've already got even little bits of experience, even if you've just done one-off bits of work for people. Like that's going to look so much better than if you just didn't do anything. You know, it is competitive, and yeah, like you just need to find a way to make yourself stand out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so we're at the final question now, and the most important question of the whole show is, who do you like, share, and follow?
Ooh, see, I'm a bit bad. I don't share too many people, but I do really like the marketing millennials on LinkedIn. I love seeing all the things that they, yeah, just very relatable marketing things. I really like Insight Social Media, where I did my internship. I love seeing the statistics that they post and changes to social media platforms and that kind of thing. I find it really helpful. If we're just talking like Instagram accounts, then I really like Threads. I love what they do in terms of social media and marketing, and how they make it so easy for you to just spend so much time on their website. They're always coming up with different articles to post and that kind of thing, and make it really interactive. So yeah, they're probably who I like, share, and follow.
And it's funny you talked about Insight, because we've had Phoebe Thomas say hi, Chantal, and
Oh, hi, Phoebe.
yeah, so Phoebe's watching, and Indy Campbell said Chantal's a star. We certainly miss her at Insight. And Albert, and
Oh,
he said
stop it.
thank you. So Albert's clearly watching and said thanks for sharing your story. So
Oh, thanks, guys.
yeah. So do you have any final words of wisdom to share with people watching?
Ooh, um, just be open to new possibilities and new opportunities. If you'd said to me 2 years ago that I was moving to Canberra, I would not have believed you. So a lot can change in a short amount of time, and yeah, it's pretty great. You just got to be open to it.
Absolutely. And so, and Talia O'Toole just said, woo. So there you go.
So
thank you to everyone for watching, and thank you so much, Chantal, because I know you've had a busy few weeks, moving, starting a new job, and you still agreed to be on the show. So thank you. I appreciate that so much, and just showing like other emerging professionals what you can do if you set your mind to it, if you study hard and open yourself up to new opportunities, as you said. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
And on next week's episode, we have another Chantal Devere, who is an I can't even speak now, an event organizer at Pine Rivers Garden and Plant Fair. So we're going to talk about sort of marketing and green thumbs and things like that. So a whole other aspects of where studying social media at USC can actually take you. So thank you so much, Chantal, and thanks everyone for watching. See you next week.
Thanks.
Bye.